What is machine learning? Machine learning is one of the most important ideas to understand if you are learning data science, artificial intelligence, or computer science. Welcome to QuickBytes Education. Today's QuickByte is all about machine learning, explained simply, quickly, and clearly. Let's get started. So, what is machine learning? Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows computers to learn from data and make predictions or decisions. In simple terms, machine learning means a computer learns patterns from examples. Instead of programming every single rule by hand, we give the computer data and it learns from that data. For example, instead of telling a computer every possible rule for identifying spam emails, we can show it many examples of spam emails and normal emails. Over time, the machine learning model learns patterns. It may notice certain words, links, formats, or behaviors that often appear in spam. Then, when a new email comes in, the model can predict whether it is spam or not. That is machine learning. Now, how does machine learning work? The basic idea is simple. First, you collect data. Second, you train a model using that data. Third, the model learns patterns. Fourth, the model uses those patterns to make predictions on new data. Think of it like learning from practice. If you show a child many pictures of cats and dogs, eventually they learn how to tell the difference. A machine learning model works in a similar way. It studies examples, finds patterns, and uses those patterns to make a decision. Of course, the computer does not understand the world like humans do. It is looking for mathematical patterns in the data, but those patterns can still be very powerful. Machine learning is already part of everyday life. When Netflix recommends a show, machine learning may be helping. When YouTube suggests another video, machine learning may be involved. When your email filters spam, that can use machine learning. When a phone recognizes your face, that can involve machine learning. When a bank detects unusual activity on your account, machine learning may help spot possible fraud. When a shopping website recommends products, machine learning may be studying patterns from past purchases. So even if you are new to machine learning, you have probably used it many times without realizing it. Now, let's clear up a common question. What is the difference between machine learning and artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the bigger idea. AI is about creating systems that can perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. Machine learning is one way to build AI. So AI is the big category. Machine learning is a method inside that category. Here's a simple way to remember it. AI is the goal of making machines act intelligently. Machine learning is one way machines learn from data to do that. Now, why is data so important in machine learning? Because machine learning models learn from data. No data, no learning. If you want a model to predict house prices, you need data about houses. That data might include location, square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and previous sale prices. If you want a model to recommend songs, you need data about songs, users, listening history, likes, skips, and preferences. If you want a model to detect fraud, you need data about normal transactions and suspicious transactions. The quality of the data matters too. If the data is messy, biased, incomplete, or incorrect, the model can learn the wrong patterns. That is why data cleaning is such an important step before machine learning. Better data usually leads to better models. In machine learning for beginners, you will often hear about training data and test data. Training data is the data used to teach the model. Test data is the data used to check how well the model performs on examples it has not seen before. This matters because we do not want a model to just memorize the answers. We want it to learn patterns that work on new data. For example, if a model practices only on one set of house prices, we want to know if it can still make good predictions on different houses. That is why testing is important. There are different types of machine learning, but beginners should know two main ones first. The first is supervised learning. Supervised learning uses labeled data. That means the data includes the correct answer. For example, if you are training a model to predict house prices, the dataset includes house details and the actual sale price. If you are training a model to identify spam emails, the dataset includes emails labeled as spam or not spam. The second type is unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning uses data without clear labels. The model looks for patterns, groups, or structure on its own. For example, a business might use unsupervised learning to group customers with similar shopping habits. So supervised learning learns from examples with answers. Unsupervised learning looks for patterns without being given the answer first. So why does machine learning matter? Machine learning helps computers make predictions faster, find patterns in large datasets, and support better decisions. It can help doctors study medical images. It can help businesses understand customers. It can help apps personalize recommendations. It can help banks detect fraud. It can help scientists analyze research data. And it can help data scientists solve problems that would be too complex to handle manually. Machine learning matters because it helps turn data into predictions, automation, and smarter tools. Now, how can beginners start learning machine learning? Start with the basics. First, learn what data is. Understand data sets, rows, columns, features, and labels. Second, learn basic statistics. You do not need to become a math expert overnight, but concepts like averages, variation, probability, and correlation are helpful. Third, learn Python. Python is one of the most popular programming languages for machine learning. Fourth, learn libraries like Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and scikit-learn. Pandas helps you work with data. NumPy helps with numbers. Matplotlib helps create charts. And scikit-learn helps build beginner machine learning models. Then start with simple projects. Predict house prices. Classify emails as spam or not spam. Group customers by behavior. Analyze movie ratings. Or study sports statistics. The best way to learn machine learning is to practice with real examples. Start small, build one simple model, understand what it is doing, then keep learning. So let's recap. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that helps computers learn patterns from data. Instead of programming every rule by hand, we train models using examples. Machine learning is used in recommendations, spam filters, fraud detection, facial recognition, search engines, apps, healthcare, finance, and more. AI is the bigger idea, and machine learning is one way to build AI. Machine learning depends on good data, training, testing, and clear goals. And beginners can start by learning data basics, statistics, Python, and simple machine learning projects. In one sentence, machine learning helps computers learn from data so they can make predictions, find patterns, and support smarter decisions. Like, subscribe, and keep building your knowledge with QuickBytes Education, one QuickByte at a time.